friends. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Tori, and if you are new, I'm so happy that you're here. First and foremost, I want to say thank you so much. I am blown away. So I recently posted my book bullet journal of 2021 flip through, and then also my flip through of my 2022 reading journal, and my channel has grown like crazy. There's almost 300 of us now, and that just makes my heart so happy. Thank you so much for your support. I'm so happy that you love these videos. If you like this one, please be sure to give it a big thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and let's get right into it. For this spread, I did a couple of the paintings off camera just because they take a long time to do, but if you're curious and you would like me to include my watercolor paintings in my spread for February next month, please just leave a comment down below. If you'd like to see it, I will include it. It's just gonna make these videos a little bit longer. So really quickly for my cover page, I just did this cute little cottagecore girl. She has her basket. She's foraging in the forest. My theme for January is kind of like a walk through the forest type deal. So like things that you would find in the forest. So she's there, she's foraging with her little basket. And then on the other side of my January title page was my content planner calendar. And now we're on to my to be read list and my watching, focusing on, enjoying, and learning list. I just do some really basic pine trees that I thought came out super cute, and then I do little pine cones on the side to border it. So there is a little bit of painting in this video. I started experimenting more with watercolors in December and absolutely fell in love with them. So in 2022, I'm planning on incorporating watercolors probably into each of my spreads. There might be some months where I want to draw more than I paint, but right now I'm just in my watercolor era and loving every second of it. For most of my watercolor pictures that I include in the spread, I've done them separately on watercolor paper. For this to be read and my watching, focusing on list, I do put the pine trees and the pine cones right into the journal. The pages did hold up pretty well, and I made an effort not to make the watercolors extremely watery because there is a little bit of warp in the pages, and I was really worried that it was going to bleed on either side on the back side of the pages. It was minimal. It was very minimal, like to the point where it's really not going to bother me. However, if you are trying watercolors in your bullet journal, just keep in mind that the white pages do warp a little bit, do bleed a little bit. I find that if you have a bullet journal that has craft paper in it, the craft paper is a little bit stronger and holds up better with watercolors. I'm so excited for my reading in January, you guys. I just absolutely cannot wait. I'm doing a buddy reread of Crescent City, which I'm super excited for to kind of get ready for book 2 in that series. And I also just finished watching Witcher season 2, and I've decided I'm going to try reading the books because I just need to know what happens. So I just ordered the first book, which is called The Last Wish. I took advantage of Barnes & Noble's hardback book sale and ordered that one, and then I also ordered the hardback of Crescent City because previously I read it on my Kindle, and I just need to have the physical copy to be able to like annotate and tab it during this buddy read. And then my first read of the year, I made this tradition last year and I plan to continue it. I like to start off the year reading a thriller horror. So my first book is going to be Rules for Vanishing by Kate Alice Marshall, which I've heard is very creepy. So I'm super excited for that one as well. If you've read any of these books, please let me know in the comments down below. I want to hear about it and I want to know your thoughts. All of the supplies that I'm using for this spread, by the way, are linked in the description box below. So I list out the color Tombows that I use, the size microns that I use, everything is down there. Then we have my favorite quotes page. I like to leave 2 pages for this because I absolutely fill up these pages throughout the month as I'm reading, and I write down my favorite quotes of each book. So this page looks a little bit blank during the setup page, but if you'd ever like to see my bullet journal when it's filled out and, you know, completed at the end of each month, please follow me on Instagram. My bullet journal Instagram is at Tori Tyne Designs. I have it linked in the description below, but I'll also pop up my handle on the screen right now. And then my book Instagram is at Tori Between Pages. Finish my favorite quotes page. I have this little watercolor birdie chickie that I did off camera, and I love her so much. She's pretty big and she takes up a lot of room on this page, so I'm worried that I'm gonna run out of space for my favorite quotes, but she's too cute. I just obviously had to include her. And then we're moving on to my last 2 spreads, which is my January favorite book of the month, and then I left a page for my absolute favorite quote of the month as well. So these pages look a little bit bare in this setup, but again, if you want to see these pages at the end of January when I've filled them out and they're all cutesy and completed, please follow my Instagram because you're gonna see that there. To finish off these pages, I just paste in, again, a watercolor painting that I did off camera. It's supposed to be like a stump, like a wooden tree stump, and then some pine cones and some pine needles. So I paste that in, and then I just do a little border of small pine cones directly on the page. And the rest of the page is left blank so that I can put in my favorite quote of the month when I'm done reading in January. Then on my favorite book page, I always paste in the cover of my favorite book, and then I write the rating, which is always 5 stars. I don't know why I put the rating in there, actually. It's not really needed. Usually it's 5 stars. I guess sometimes my favorite book of the month could be a 4. And then I just leave a ton of room for me to write my thoughts, what I loved about it, the pros and cons of the book, etc. So I'm just doing a little bit of flourish where I'm going to be pasting in my favorite book of January cover so that when the cover's in there, it'll have some design around it. And these are my final spreads. I hope that you liked this video. If you did, please be sure to give it a big thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel if you want to see more, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!